like to begin by thanking the administrators and teachers who have supported us throughout high school with the seemingly inexhaustible desire to teach and cultivate young minds, as well as families who have been incredibly supportive and understanding during our years in school. It's also important to give recognition to several teachers that have been a major influence to myself and others. Ms. Pulowski, for her perseverance and her good sense of humor, no matter what the situation. Ms. Newton, for her dedication and passion for teaching. Mr. Ward, as mediocre as I did economics, you were always supportive of the debate team and spurred critical thought in your classroom. Ms. Franks, who in 8th grade told me that she liked my writing and was a catalyst for my love of English. Mr. Ramsey, for being a mentor, teacher, and friend. I know we've had our disagreements, but to paraphrase Nietzsche, the most nefarious thing to teach a child is to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. And Ms. Smith, my counselor, who helped me throughout high school and is the best student advocate I could have hoped for. To all of you, thank you. My grandmother told me that if I was ever nervous around teachers or principals, to remember that they used to be children as well. Like most, they were late for class, sometimes didn't study, went home with bruises and bloody shirts once or twice, or stole kisses in the hallway. What made high school memorable for me were the little events that occurred from day to day that were different from what was intended. The projector bulb shattered and sounded like a gunshot, or Miss Newton talked to Sebastian and me about UT and the campus. Having a plethora of teachers and students is what opens up this possibility for little gaps, but also for different perspectives, epistemologies, that round us and create dynamic individuals. There's a reason early learning doesn't occur in auditorium-like environments, because small classes learn as a whole. This is not to insinuate that students master the same material to the same degree or even from the same starting point, but that classmates develop characteristics between one another. Learning and creating via inter-student relationships are just as important, if not more so, than the relationships between the teacher and the classroom. This part of our lives tends to revolve around perpetual ups and downs. Our hands seem too little sometimes to hold all of our hopes and desires, but other times like sieves, too large to catch the minutiae, to latch on to friends and great memories. No matter how hard we squeeze, it all runs between our fingers and mixes itself in the back of our minds, until we can only pull fragments of fragments. Don't take these fleeting moments and relationships for granted. Enjoy what you can carry only for what it is worth, and let the rest seep in. It's still hard to imagine we've been here 4 years. It's gone by with an array of speeds. How slowly the first year crept by were testing weeks, and how quickly the semester ended. A plurality of us will be serving between 2 and 4 more years somewhere else, maybe even 6 or 8. So what is tonight representative of? It is certainly not the beginning. This is not the introduction to a level playing field. It is not the entrance to adulthood. Some have been working for years, and some will be mooching off their parents for years to come. Our graduation is sound and fury, and by that negation shows the imminence of our lives. Simultaneously, our vulnerability to others, our fragility in the face of catastrophe, and yet also our ability to create and generate productive change. These associations are not intended to marginalize the importance of this day. It is 13 years in the making, but to conceptualize it in relation to what is outside of it and beyond it. Today is merely a checkpoint in a continuum, but we are nonetheless profoundly different from when we entered it. We are somewhat sad to be leaving, but ecstatic to go. The class of 2011 is a pretty big one that has set bar in academics, sports, and for our community. I'd like to conclude with a quote by Foucault. I can't help but dream of a kind of thought, work, or community that would not try to judge, but to bring an overture, a book, a sentence, an idea to life. It would light fires, watch the grass grow, listen to the wind and catch the sea foam in the breeze and scatter it. It would multiply not judgments, but signs of existence. It would summon them, drag them from their sleep. Perhaps it would invent them anew. All the better. Thank you, class of 2011. Good luck.